Today I would like to look at the game, look at the ending from the game. Wang Hao MVL. Even though Ian is the star of the moment and with 2 straight wins he's cruising through. I was fascinated by this endgame and the possibilities in it. So we can look at the position after the 32nd move where black plays bishop c8. Yeah, the position is deceptively simple and actually white enjoys a huge advantage here. Mainly because of the fact that the knight is on a5. I mean, if the same way was on d6, black would be very comfortable actually. So, but yeah, it isn't, and so black has to live with that. And let's see, white's move knight b5 was actually a strong one, and after a6, white played knight c7. Actually, well, it was a very simple but strong move with knight c3. The point being that after knight c7, king d6, knight a6, knight b7, black solves one of the biggest problems of his position, the knight on a5, in exchange for a pawn. Okay, he says I give you a pawn, but you know, my knight is not a. My knight lives after that, yeah. So, but if white had played knight c3, I think it would have been just over right here, because after b5, king c5, king d7, king b6, king d7, knight e4. I mean, this is not even a fight actually; it's just an execution. Black is just dead lost here. And for example, if black plays king d6, I just continue knight e4, king e7, king e5. Yeah, hard to suggest moves actually, but something like b5, you know, bring the knight back to, aiming to bring the knight back to b7, g4, and knight b7, d6. I think white has a huge advantage here. But yeah, we have to see what possibilities existed for white after knight c7. That is after this move, the position becomes closer to a draw, but white still has winning chances actually. King d6, knight a6, knight b7. And now I think Wang Hao made the decisive error, and after this, I don't think white had any chances to win, which is very surprising because, I mean, it's not such a bad move, but yeah, it ends all his chances. He ends all his. The only move to continue to play for a win was with the move knight b4. The reason g4 had a lot of drawbacks actually, which you will see in this variations. Variation after knight b4. So knight b4, black plays bishop d7. We have to try to understand what black wants also. The ideal setup would be after put the king on e7, knight on d6, bishop on b7. That is the only way to create a fortress here, and that's what Vaishya did in the game. But the main difference being after here, it doesn't work because after knight b4, bishop d7, white continues with the same plan as in the game. Knight e3, king e7, knight c2, king e7, knight e3, knight d6. I have an important move f4, which did not exist for Vaishya. Wang Hao, because of the moves insertion of moves g4 and g5. That cost him this idea, and with that, this plan doesn't work really. So f4, if black plans to wait with bishop e8, I just go g4, g5, g4, bishop d7, g5, bishop e8, king e5, and knight c4 is my next. And once I achieve knight c4 and d6, it's really black has too many weaknesses in the position to save this. Even though king side pawns are fixed on white, and yeah, b6 is a bit lonely at the moment. So bishop d7, black can't really defend the same way. So if he plays knight c4 for knight b4, also I would like to say that knight b4 consists of a threat. White is threatening bishop a6, so he has to move the bishop or the knight. So knight c5, bishop b5. Yeah, for bishop f4, white can play g4, g5, and then bring the king knight back to c2, a3 or e3, and place a check on c4, you know. And bishop b7, just bishop e8, king e7, bishop c6, bishop c8. Again, my plan is to bring the knight to c4, knight c2, bishop a6, knight a3, with the idea of bishop b5 and knight c4. In the game, the fortress existed mainly because white was unable to exchange the bishops, and also unable to push d6. If not both of these don't happen, then black can maintain the fortress. But yeah, in this variation, without the insertion of g4, g5, white is unable to, sorry, black is unable to create a fortress. So we can say in some ways that g4 was the decisive error. So let's see if white really had any chances after g4. G4, g5, knight b4, bishop d7, stopping bishop a6. Knight c2, king e7, knight d3, knight d6 is nothing but a draw, I think, because here it's already too late, and any attempt to make the right exchange is not possible unless without black's cooperation. So in the game, let's say after knight d6, if I play knight f5, bishop f5, bishop f5, bishop a4, and then I put my king on d6, and it's just a simple draw because black has no way to, sorry, white has no way to enter or push d6. Another way to enter the position would be to exchange on b5, but this would just not work. Okay, knight d1, bishop a4, knight c3, bishop d7, a4, f6. If I play bishop b5, then knight b5, knight b5, and then I play bishop c8. It is really not giving any chances for white, and because all the white pawns are fixed on f3, it turns out that black has too much counterplay here. After knight into bishop b5, knight into b5, knight into b5, I'll just play bishop c8 and wait. I don't think white can progress in this position. From that point of view, g4 was a fundamental error because white is fixing his pawn on a light square, but I guess he wanted to restrict the bishop, but it didn't turn out to be very useful in the game. I thought there was only one real way for white to try after g4, g5, knight b4, bishop d7. Now knight c6 is very interesting. I'm trying to stop this king to go into e7, knight to d6 and so on. I'm trying to be a bit smart, but I don't think there are any chances actually. After knight c6, black plays f6, very important. And after bishop d5, if black continues bishop e8, there are some chances for white. After knight a7, bishop g6, bishop c6, knight d8, knight b5, king e7, knight c3. That isn't really a fortress, I think, and white has really good winning chances there. But for bishop b5, black has a strong move, bishop into c6. And after bishop c6, knight d8, king e4, knight f7, a4, king e7, king f5. This turns out to be a fortress, and I couldn't really find a way to break it. Bishop c6, d6 looks more critical, but this also turns out to be a fortress because of knight c5, king e3, knight e6, king e4, knight c7. So the king on d6, knight on c7, and pawns on b6, f6 and g5. This turns out to be a fortress, and it's a very fascinating position actually. And I couldn't see any way for white actually. Bishop c4, king e7, king f5. So I just keep moving my knights, and my knight has too many squares actually. e8, a6, a8, b5, d5. So the bishop and the a pawn can't control all these squares, and I protect f6 with my king whenever you attack it. And taking the white king to the queen side doesn't really make sense, because if black's king is closer also and doesn't really do anything to the position. So I can't really see a way after white has played g4, and after g4, g5, I think the position, pretty surprisingly to me at least, is a draw. Although I would have preferred not to play g4 and wait on that. Knight b4 was pretty logical, but after g4 optically doesn't look like a decisive mistake, but turns out to be, and black is holding after this.